Hello and welcome to Business with Smith Co. Hello and welcome back to Business with Smith Co. Today we're going to be talking about cooperatives. So cooperatives are generally they're different to public limited companies and they're different to private limited companies. They're like kind of somewhere in between in a way, in some ways. Otherwise they're very much different. So basically the main route of cooperatives is that a cooperative is a democratic style kind of business. So it's a democratic business that's controlled, jointly by its members. So in a public limited company and a private limited company, you'll have this sort of system where let's say I have shares in a company, but I've got more shares than you. So I've got more voting power than you do, That means that, if you decide that, no, I think we shouldn't do this thing, but I say, no, we should, then that's what's going to happen because you have less voting power than I do. Or vice versa, you might have more voting power than I do. But in a cooperative, you don't have that. It's just one vote to one person. It's not one vote to one share. It's not like that. You've got it's in more democratic situations that, look, you've got more shares than I do, so you get to have more power. No, it's just, you're a member, you get one vote. And I'm getting off topic, so not off topic, just rambling. So members have a common bond and they actually operate the business for their mutual benefit. It can be a worker co-op, a financial co-op, producer co-op, or a consumer co-op. These are all the different types of co-ops. So the features of a cooperative. Cooperative, when it comes to the the formation of a cooperative, is that the cooperative requires at least seven members. The application must be made to the actual government. It's not like a sole trader where you don't have so much paper, or if it's your name, in my country at least, you don't have to register. And the point is that once all the rules are adhered to, and the actual, which you actually do to pay a fee, once that is actually given over, the registrar can give permission for the co-op to begin to trade. So, unlike a sole trader or a partnership, members of co-ops do have the protection of limited liability. This means that their liability is limited to the amount of money they've invested in the co-op. Therefore, if the co-op were to go bankrupt, they would not lose any personal assets to actually pay for the co-op's debt. The benefit, though, with this when it comes to a co-op is this. Unlike a private limited company, if you're an entrepreneur and you decide to set up a co-op, then you have to have 6 other people. That means because those 6 other people only have one vote, they don't have more votes due to the amount of shares, you technically don't have to invest as much as you would do if you were a private limited company. Because a partnership works in this level too, but the problem is a partnership with unlimited liability, So if you have an arrangement with your partner where even though the partner has invested more money than you have, the partner, gets the same amount of votes you do, or the same amount of power, that doesn't make any effect when you come to liability, and that's where it's important, because a co-op is similar to a partnership, except you have limited liability. And obviously you have to have more partners. But the point is that's the sort of situation you have there. So if you're a member of a co-op, you might be, the lowest person to pay over money. But you don't have to pay over the money afterwards if the co-op gets debt. And that's one of the main benefits you have with a co-op. Because it has a lot of advantages that if a partnership has, which is, you don't actually have to be like, I didn't invest as much as you do, so you have more power. So then there comes the finance. So cooperatives, however, while it is relatively easy to, just sort of say to someone, you join a co-op, bring in this amount of money, whatever this may be. But it is difficult, though, to find funding. Because while, you can, if you've got a millionaire and they're willing to invest all their money into your co-op, it's hard to find funding elsewhere. And that's the issue. This, especially in my country, maybe it's different in your country, but members, they receive a share of the profits in proportion to their turnover in the cooperative. So that's, sort of a problem, because you don't really have a way of it can be hard to actually get actual funding from other sources, such as banks and other investors, because there's that's not really how it's supposed to work. So if you're a producer co-op, then you get to share the profits, or a percentage of savings if it's something like kind of like a credit union. So the point there is that it can be hard for finance to be raised. Now, next comes, as discussed before, control. Cooperatives do have a democratic structure where each member has one vote. There's one member, there's one vote. It does not matter how much you've invested. It does not matter how many shares you hold. You have one vote. Obviously, there are ways around it, such as having family members or friends, to have them on the same cooperative. Then you can sort of get out of it like that. But in actual monetary terms, investing more money, while it won't directly help you unless you do that through other people. Then you have the little section of cooperative, which is the elected management committee. This runs the business and actually makes the important decisions. Now, there are multiple types of co-ops you have here. The benefits would be, of course, that, we've got limited liability. The actual members are invited to the AGM. They can vote on issues such as the dividend. Decisions are actually made based on one member, one vote. It's that's good. That's a good system to have, realistically. Members can feel they're doing business with people that they actually know, as generally they are from the local area. You won't find as many cooperatives that are more kind of, national or, global. You won't find those kind of things, businesses generally. Credit unions, for example, will provide a wide range of things, but the point is they are not necessarily considered with making profits. So they will try to cover cost, yes, but at generally low cost, because if you look at a bank pays directors millions. It pays CEOs millions. It pays all these people millions, and it has to pay workers, and it has to have massive reserves because it's giving out massive loans. So obviously it has to have massive reserves to, have there. Like if everyone in the morning took their money out of the bank, how much money would the bank have left? If they've none, if you're basing your entire banking system off just what other people have placed in your coffers, then it becomes a problem. But banks have a lot of money made off things off, some banks not so much. Some banks, may fail in that respect. But that's because generally they tend to cause problems, because obviously banks can be a little bit too much kind of concerned with profits, and credit unions and other things do not necessarily look for them. Anyway, thank you for listening to this video, or not, it's more of a kind of a podcast style thing. Thank you for listening, and please do join us next time when we'll be looking at public limited companies. And please do subscribe to the YouTube channel. That helps, as does viewing other videos. I don't think people say this much, other YouTubers, but it's like viewing other videos, it's like people are like, oh, thank you for watching this video. And thank you. Yes, I would agree with them there. Thank you for watching this video. But more than that though, it's like it helps you view other videos as well. It's like if you go away and view other videos, like even if you click off this one right now, all the people and the video, if they went off and clicked another video, that's helpful. Anyway, please do this next time, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please watch other videos from us, because that does help. See you next time. If not, bye then.